Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
Does your lender give you the power to go from clear to close to closing in just 6 clicks? UClose from UWM does. It's the fastest, easiest, built for TRID way to close. Try UClose for yourself at uwm.com/uclose.
Welcome to Master the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway. This is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network and brought to you by our friends at United Wholesale Mortgage, where they will do things to help you grow your business automatically, like follow up and market to your customers even years after they close. So check it out. Well, last week we did get some inflation data that was a little bit on the surprising side. We did see inflation as measured by the Consumer Price Index, CPI, tick a little higher. Now they have a couple of headline numbers, they have the headline number rather, and they also have a core reading, which is one that's really highly focused on, and that strips out food and energy prices. And that went from a year-over-year basis of 1.8% to 1.9%. That's pretty close to the Fed's target of 2%. However, we know that the Fed kind of watches more of the PCE, personal consumption expenditure number, which is trending a lot lower right now. Why? It doesn't take into consideration housing costs or medical expenses. Go figure. But because of that, the bond market is getting a bit worried, and that's one of the things that we're looking at right now. We just don't really like the way the bond market will be responding to potentially in the week ahead, this week, about this inflation data. So we want to be a little bit more cautious, want to be a little bit more conservative going forward, have a bias towards locking. Now, speaking of this week, we're going to get lots of housing data, and I think that it will continue to confirm the strength in housing. Low inventory is very supportive of pricing, and one of the things that we are seeing potentially over time to alleviate inventory are foreclosures and homes underwater. Foreclosures are going through at a continuous basis. We're seeing less and less of those homes that were distressed homes on the market, so that kind of removes some of the inventory that's out there, very supportive of pricing. And here's the other thing that's just great for homeowners. You know, back in 2011, there was roughly 12 million homes out there that were underwater, meaning the mortgage balance was higher than the value of the home. Well, that's dropped from 12 million down here in 2015, just 4 years later, to roughly 4.4 million. And that is a great thing for the market. Now, there's a lot of contributors to this, certainly the foreclosures moving through, but home price appreciation, which has been over 30% around the country for those 4 years, has resulted in people now gaining back that equity and getting out of that negative equity situation. Now, over time, does this mean more homes get put on the market? Potentially, but now homeowners are less trapped, homeowners are feeling better, homeowners will probably be more apt to take care of those homes, make those payments on time because something's at stake. So this is very healthy overall for the housing market. And guess what? We see this trend continuing, so presume even greater health for the housing market in years to come, because if we were to take just say another 5 or 6% appreciation like we've been seeing in the year ahead, that will take another million homes that have been underwater and reduce that still, so it'll be closer to 3 million homes underwater. A really, really good statistic to see. Currently, roughly 8.9% of all homes are underwater. If we go back to 2011, it was almost 25%. So think of the improvement that we've seen there. So takeaways for this week would be to have a little bit more of a concerned bias towards locking, a little bit more of an eye on locking. Stock earnings still coming out this week, and they have been kind of favorable. Stock market, the technical signals look like stocks may have a tendency to move a little bit higher, especially ignited by some good earnings news if they get that. And the bond market may decline a little bit here. I don't like the technical picture on the 10-year Treasury right now as much. So look, there's no guarantees, but to me, the odds favor locking or having a more of a bias towards locking ahead. All right, have a great day, great week. Bye-bye.
Today's Master of the Markets was brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage. Master of the Markets airs every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time and can be viewed on MortgageNewsNetwork.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.